history in the making.
Of what some would call history in the making.
Don't say that.
We have never been down 1,000 points ever, not even intraday on the NASDAQ.
Is that true?
That is true.
Okay. And down 6% right from the get-go. This is heavy big tech. Here we go. Look at them go down. Microsoft is down $20. That's 5%. Alphabet, 5%. Meta, 6%. Amazon, 6%. Apple, 9% down. Let's pull out Apple. This is interesting. A question for you.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Conservative Core, where our goal is to shine a light on the ridiculousness of the left. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification button, and like button. Well, I hate to say he told you so because we're all losing a ton of money, but Trump told us this would happen.
And you know what? I'm not so far away from that again, believe it or not. But if Biden gets in, the market will crash.
So once again, President Trump was right, and right now would be a great time for Kamala Harris to come out and address the nation on what her plans are to get our economy back and what her future for the economy is. It has been 15 days now, and she is still hiding, refusing to answer any questions and refusing to explain why she declined the debate with Trump on Fox News for September 4th. Yep, you heard that right. Despite the mainstream media's attempt to make it seem like Trump is afraid to debate, she is the one who is refusing to debate now. Now, Trump and Biden were supposed to debate on September 10th on ABC, but now since Sleepy Joe was forced off the ticket, Trump brought a debate offer to the table, but Kamala is afraid to debate. She knows that Fox will push back on her lack of ability to answer questions about her actual policies. For example, why do we still have no idea what her economic policies are? When is she going to come and say what her plans are? The Democrats have been dodging these questions for weeks. Kamala Harris is more interested in sound bites and pandering than in laying out a concrete plan for the future of the country. The media is more concerned about what race she is, and that she identifies as black, even though for the past 8 years she was only referred to as Indian and the first Indian senator. She avoids hard questions because she knows she can't defend her and the party's radical agenda without exposing the flaws in their policies. She is a flip-flopper. Even on CNN, they understand that Kamala Harris is a flip-flopper.
In the 2020 primary, the vice president praised the defund the police movement, and now she says she doesn't support defunding the police. She called for decriminalizing crossing the border illegally. Now she supports President Biden's policies for clamping down at the border. She supported Medicare for all at one point, eliminating private insurance, and her campaign says she doesn't support that now. She's reversed herself on a fracking ban. What do you think that voters should think when she's reversed herself on several issues just in the last 4 years?
I think that voters should think that she's a human being who learns new things every single day and has the ability to take the time and effort to hear the concerns of all people. I think that they should be certain that she is a fighter and a leader who's going to do the work on their behalf to ensure that there is an economy that ensures that no one is left behind, that there is a climate, that we're going to continue to address the climate crisis in a way that ensures that there is an earth here for young people and for next generations of leaders. I think that they should absolutely believe that she is a leader who cares about people and who's going to put them first, as she has done her entire career.
So no concern about flip-flopping?
No concern about flip-flopping.
First, she's praising the defund the police movement. Now she's backtracking because most people say this is terrible. She was all for decriminalizing border crossings, but everyone can see how much of a disaster that is, so now she's trying to say she's tough on the border. Like you are in office right now. You did nothing for 3.5 years as the border czar, but now you're going to be tough at the border. LOL. She wants to give all these illegals Medicare until everyone says that is a disaster. She is a disaster who has no idea what she is doing, and that's why she was the most disliked vice president ever. And what's the excuse? According to LaFonza Butler, voters should just think she's a human being who learns new things every single day. No concern about flip-flopping? Really? That's the best they can come up with? This is more than just learning new things. This is a classic case of political opportunism. Kamala Harris has twisted and turned on every major issue to suit her political needs. It's a joke, and not a good one. The American people aren't stupid. They can see through this BS. This isn't about growth or evolution. This is about a politician who has no real convictions and will say whatever she thinks will get her ahead. The Democrats and their media allies want to make it seem like she's just evolving with the times, but the reality is that she's just pandering to whichever base she thinks she needs at the moment. It's obvious, it's transparent, and it's downright embarrassing. How can anyone trust a leader who can't even stick to their own principles? The truth is, they can't, and that's why Kamala Harris's constant flip-flopping is not just a joke, it's a serious issue for anyone considering her as a leader. The real question is, how much longer can she keep up this charade before everyone sees through it? I mean, just take a listen to her response when she needs to think on her own.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up. and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up.
Seriously, this is the best you got. As Sleepy Joe used to say, come on, man. But that actually leads me to a really important topic, and it is about what her policies are, what she wants to do if she is elected. So a quick browser through her website, and we can see there is literally nothing about any of her policies. Literally nothing about how she'll solve the border issue, fix inflation, nothing. Now let's discuss the big topic here, and that is the Kamala crash. So you might be asking, what triggered today's market crash? Where in the markets did this start? Well, there is a few reasons. Japanese central bank raised the interest rate by 0.25%. Trillions of dollars depend on trading in weak Japanese yen, and they got blown up. These markets get a ton of liquidity from leveraging the low-yield Japanese bonds to purchase higher-yield United States bonds. Now, the Japanese currency pivoted a month ago, and it's unwinding trillions. You combine this with surging United States unemployment that was released Friday, and you get all signs pointing to a recession. In fact, this indicator has an almost perfect track record. This is also known as the SAM rule. The SAM rule is a straightforward economic indicator used to help identify the onset of a recession in real time. Named after economist Claudia Sam, it involves tracking the United States unemployment rate, which is the percentage of people actively looking for work but unable to find a job. The rule specifically monitors whether the 3-month average unemployment rate has increased by 0.5 percentage points or more compared to its lowest point in the previous 12 months. If this threshold is met, it suggests that the economy may be entering a recession. The SAM rule is valued for its simplicity and speed in signaling economic downturns, allowing policymakers and analysts to respond more quickly. Now on Friday, the United States economy added 114,000 jobs in July, badly missing economist estimates of 175,000, while the unemployment rate, which was forecast to stay flat, rose to 4.3% from 4.1%. This triggered the SAM rule Friday, with the moving average rising 53 basis points above that one-year trough, according to the real-time SAM rule recession indicator from the St. Louis Federal Reserve. And that's ultimately an ominous sign for the broader United States economy, as the SAM rule has been remarkably accurate in predicting an imminent downturn. Since 1953, it has flashed 11 times, excluding the most recent trigger. In 10 of these 11 instances, the economy was already in a recession at the time the rule was triggered. The only exception occurred in 1959, when the SAM rule flashed but the economy wasn't in a recession immediately. However, even in that case, a recession began just 5 months later. And when you take all of these things into consideration and then add a candidate for president who has no idea what she is doing, like how to fix inflation.
Now, inflation is really high. Are you concerned about a recession? The administration said that they weren't that worried about inflation, and then that changed.
I think that there can be no higher priority than what we have been clear is our highest priority, which is bringing down the costs and the prices as much as we possibly can, and we will stay focused on that.
What is going on at the border?
Okay. Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. I'm not discounting the importance of the border.
And how cloud storage works.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right? It's no longer in a physical place.
But when you add all these plus all the other stats, you get major signs of a recession. And here are just some stats and numbers for everyone. Under Biden and Harris, overall prices are up 20.1%. At the border, we have over 15 million illegals who have entered our country, many who are committing crimes and much worse. Well, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. And make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video for more conservative news daily. See you in the next one.